Welcome to the WaveOne Gold key concepts. We're going to look at the key concepts of the file and the key concepts of the protocol.
The WaveOne Gold is a reciprocating system. It has a variable taper with a regressive taper coronally, and it's a gold heat-treated instrument with controlled memory.
It's a very simple sequence. So in most cases, we'll do orifice opening, we'll do a glide path, and then some apical shaping.
In this case, we will use two files, the WaveOne Gold primary, the red one, and the WaveOne Gold glider, the white one.
And we'll start off using the WaveOne Gold primary to do the orifice opening, the glider to achieve the glide path, and then finally we'll set about the apical shaping again with the WaveOne Gold primary. So let's have a look at the protocol.
Let's have a look at the WaveOne Gold protocol. This is the step-by-step of what we would use for the vast majority of cases, and John is going to walk us through the files that we use and how we're going to use them.
So we've got broadly 4 files that are going to manage the majority of the cases that will walk through the door. So we've got a size 10, this is our hand file that we all know for scouting. We've got the WaveOne Gold glider, which is the white banded size 15, achieves the glide path. And then we've got the WaveOne Gold primary, which does the shaping, and here is also going to be used for the opening, isn't it?
Yes, we're going to use it for two aspects of the preparation. But first, we are going to have a little scout with the size 10. And we always put a small curvature at the tip of the file just to have a little feel and make sure we go around any calcifications or blockages.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice little tip, that. The concept of preparing root canals is not to worry about chasing down to the end immediately. So we need to release some of the coronal interferences here, and that allow then that size 10 hand file to pass easier, the glide path file to pass easier, and ultimately makes the shaping process that little bit more predictable. Mm-hmm. So we simply will head into the canal, and what we're doing here is just navigating. We're getting an idea. If I zoom out, you'll see my hand here. Just getting an idea of how easy or difficult the canal is. A little bit of up and down, and we can feel that there's some patency there. Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to use the WaveOne Gold primary here for the opening. And we pop that into the handpiece, pop that into the canal, and then we can start that running. Now, which way do you tend to brush, Luca, when you're using this?
I will brush away from the curvature, or towards the mesial aspect in this case. So if you're looking at this lower molar, we're going to be brushing away from the furcation area. I would say that the furcation area is our danger area, so brush away from that furcation bit.
Yeah, and 3 working passes and we're out. Mm-hmm. And now we come in with our, would be sodium hypochlorite. So we're just using a little bit of irrigant here just to flush out any debris that's there. Mm-hmm. And now we can take our size 10 instrument again and take that down. See, that is now going further down, isn't it? Yeah. With that coronal release that we talked about.
Exactly. So release the coronal aspect to reach the apex. It's that crown down concept. Now, what would be really interesting to see next is when we come to start establishing a glide path, where do you work to in this case, John?
So for a glide path, I'm taking it to my 0 reading. So here, I've attached an apex locator. I've got a 0 reading. Yeah. I'm now going to confer the length that we've got on that purple hand file onto this glide path file. This is the WaveOne Gold glider, remember? So we transfer that across. Would you be similar with that?
Absolutely. I will take my size 10 to 0 reading with the apex locator, my glide path file to the 0 reading, because it's small enough not to break the apex, not to open it too much. John, show me with the gold treatment, the flexibility of this WaveOne Gold glider, because it's really useful, especially in posterior dentition, I think.
Yeah, you can see that there. So it enables you, as Luca's sort of alluding to there, you've got a complex molar tooth that allows a little bit of a pre-bend to kind of get in around those corners, makes life that little bit easier for us. We might as well use the modern metals that are there. So again, in the canal, and then again, a nice bit of support on the handpiece, gentle movements, 1, 2, 3 working passes, and we're there at 0. Okay.
So that's a glide path file at your 0 reading measurement.
Yeah, exactly that. And then the next stage we've got is the shaping. But before we do that, as Luca's pointing to, we've got a little bit of irrigation to do. So we're going to get the irrigant in there, hypochlorite again, moving up and down, keep that needle going. And actually what I'm going to do now is just check with my hand file.
Oh, look at that.
That we've got patency. And you can see it just poking through if I zoom in there. Not quite so far. You wouldn't do this in real life, but you can just see it poking through there. So we know that we've got patency in the canal. And now we're going to come to our shaping. Now our shaping measurement is different, isn't it?
Yeah, and what I'll do is I'll put a little bit of liquid on the tooth to really show you the handpiece working.
Lovely. So we've now got our, if I show you here, we've got our WaveOne Gold primary here. Now this is going to be 0.5 millimeter back from our 0 reading. Okay, gives us a little bit of a safety net, and also means that we're less likely to over-instrument the canal. 2, 3, and then 3 working passes them out.
Excellent. It creates quite a lot of debris, doesn't it, John? So that's why we tend to insist on this 3 working passes. Look at all the debris, get the irrigant in there, bring the debris into solution, have your size 10 again in there to make sure you haven't blocked, you've got all the debris into solution, and you can wash it out again.
It's quite a repetitious set of events, isn't it? But it makes a big difference. The other thing we can see here, look, debris on the file. So these little sponges are quite good just to clean things, so you can go back in again. And then we're going to go in 1, nearly there, 2, hit apex,
Lovely.
And out we come.
Would you carry on getting to the apex with this file?
Not with this file. I think with the WaveOne Gold, we talk about just hit the apex and goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay, that way you're less likely to transport the preparation, less likely to create errors, and importantly, it just creates a nice little capture zone for the obturation as well. And again, I'm just checking here that we've got patency, which we have.
Brilliant.
And we've got a couple of measurements, haven't we, in a root canal?
Yes, think about it. There's 2 measurements. There's the length of the canal, which we've established with our working length, and there's the width of the apex. So our apical gauging, this is what we're doing, which is really important for the obturation to stick to where we want it to be.
Absolutely. And the way we can simply just check that, one, we could look at the file that we've just used. If it's loaded with debris, we know it's been working apically. The other thing that can be quite nice, I'm just taking here, see the red color, this is a size 25 hand file. And what I'm going to do is just gently work that down. And we can see there we're at length with the stopper. And what we would do is just put a little bit of digital pressure there. If it sits, we know that we've got a WaveOne Gold primary shape gauged to a size 25. So we can pick up the matching cone and we'll get a nice solid obturation.
Amazing. And let's just recap these steps. So we used 4 files here. We used the size 10 hand file, we used the WaveOne Gold glider, we used the WaveOne Gold primary, and a size 25 K file just to gauge. We've scouted with the size 10. We used the WaveOne Gold primary to open the orifice, the WaveOne Gold glider to establish our glide path, and a size 25 to gauge the apex.
And I think you'll find that is a really simple system to use for the majority of cases. It has got a more diverse portfolio, this file system. And if you'd like to find out more on that, then we've got additional videos for you to watch.